Hello students, welcome to the basic stage of Adobe Photoshop lessons. So I hope you already installed the software in your computer. Once you load the software from startup menu, then a home screen will be displayed like this. In case in your computer if home screen not visible, let's ignore that and because it's not much important. Okay, so let's begin with creating a Photoshop document. So if I tap Control or Command N, or I can create a new document from File menu, right? And then similar to the Adobe Illustrator, you can choose different document style from this preset, and then you can choose standard document size from this panel belongs to that preset, as well as you can customize the document from this area. So just follow the steps that I taught you in Adobe Illustrator. And guys, I always prefer to choose a print option, and from this option let me choose CMYK and click create button, and then make sure the workspace always in essential mode from Windows menu. And if I want to reset the workspace, I can toggle to the reset option from here. Okay, then keep in mind panels in the panel area and tools, everything is functioning as I explained in Adobe Illustrator, so I think I don't need to explain them here and again. So guys, I can collapse or expand the panels from here, right? As well as I can open individual panels, and also if I right tap on tools, I can see more tools inside that tool preset. Okay, then if I tap Control S or Control Shift S, I can toggle to the Save Document option. So if you have a Adobe Cloud account, you can save the document in Cloud Server by tapping this button. Basically, to use these options, you may have to pay for adobe.com. Therefore, I always prefer to use a saved document in my computer, and also I don't want to see this screen again and again each and every time when I attempt to save the document. So I can turn on this don't show again option, and if I click save on computer button, then as usual I can set the location to save the file from here. And guys, make sure save as type is Photoshop. Then type a name here and tap save. Let's say if I want to open any document or image, I can use open option in file menu or tap Control O. Then I can open the file from this menu. Okay, so basically in Photoshop lessons I am focusing to teach you how to edit, how to crop, change colors of an raster image, and more photo editing options. So in here I am not going to talk about creating logos, icons, vectors, flyers and graphic elements, so on. Based on that, let's focus to wrap some basic techniques of selection methods, removing background and changing background of an image, and retouching photos, so on. So let's close this document, and let me drag these photos from my image folder into the Photoshop screen to open them. So now I have two raster images in my Photoshop screen. So guys, I hope you downloaded the image files through last lecture, and you can find these images in the zip folder and use them for practicing Photoshop from this lecture onwards. Let's say if I want to replace the white background of this image with this background, and also I want to replace the yellow color of this minion with another color. So in order to replace the white background with another background, I must remove the white background first. To do that, if I right click on an object selection tool, I can pick Magic Wand tool. Then from the option bar, make sure new selection option or add to selection option is turned on, and make sure other settings are as it is as you see in my screen. Then if I click over white area, I can see a selection over there. Then if I tap delete key, it's redirecting to fill dialog box instead of deleting the white background. So in here foreground is black, and if I pick foreground option from here and click OK, I can fill the background with the selected foreground color here. Again, if I tap Shift F5 key, I can open fill dialog box, and from here if I select color option, then I can set different color for my background from this color picker. So from the slider I can select the color range I want, and then from this color picker I can set the color I want. When I'm picking a color from here, that color is indicating from this new color box. Okay, and this box is indicating the old color. And then if I click OK and again click OK, I can fill the background with that color. Okay, guys, but actually I want to remove the background and make it transparent instead of filling it with another color. So let me tap Ctrl Z to undo the actions. Then if I open the layer panel, I can see this image is functioning as a background layer. Therefore I must convert this background layer into a normal layer in order to remove the white background in this image. So if I right click on the layer and select layer from background, then I can type a name for the layer here. So let's type minion, and if I click OK, that layer is converted into the normal layer. Now if I tap delete key, I can remove the background. Okay, then let's choose select, deselect, or if I tap Ctrl D, then I can remove the current selection. Now with the move tool I can move the layer here and there like this, and when you're working with the move tool, always make sure auto selection option is turned on here and layer option is active in this menu. Now if I choose edit, free transform, or if I tap Ctrl T and make sure maintain aspect ratio is turned on here, then I can scale the layer with these handles while maintaining the height and width proportions. Right, and if I turn off this option, aspect ratio will be not maintained while scaling. So when this option is turned off, if I hold the shift key or hold alt and shift key while scaling, I can maintain the aspect ratio. Right, so it's always better to keep this option turned on if you want to avoid tap and hold shift key while scaling. Also I can rotate the image layer like this, and while rotating, if I tap and hold shift key, I can rotate the layer in 50° each time. Okay, also guys, I can use these height and width boxes to change the size with a specific value, right, and as well as I can use this rotate option to rotate the element with a specific value. Then once done the settings, click this right mark button or tap enter key. Okay, now I want to change the yellow color of this minion to another color. So again with the magic wand tool, if I click over yellow area, I can make a selection over that color range or color pixels. And guys, keep in mind you have to use the same navigation options for zoom in, zoom out and panning the document as you learned in Adobe Illustrator. So with hold the auto option key, I can scroll up and scroll down the mouse scroller to zoom in and zoom out the document, right? As well as if I hold the spacebar, I can pan the document here and there. Okay, so if I zoom the document furthermore, in here in some places selection is not done properly. So with hold the shift key, if I click over that missing places, I can add the selection over there. So guys, keep in mind that is functioning when add to selection option is turned on here. Okay, instead of selecting with hold the shift key, I have another way. So let me tap Ctrl D for deselect the selection, and if I increase the tolerance value here, so make sure you are in magic wand tool, and let me increase it for 60, and then if I click on here, I can make a selection of entire yellow color pixels. Okay, then with hold the shift key, let me select yellow pixels on other area of the image. Okay, there we go. Also I can save this selection and I can use it later on for further edits if I want. To do that, let's choose select, then from here save selection. Then I can type a name for the selection, so let me type minion 1 and then click OK. Now this selection is saved in a clipboard. Okay, and now let's change the color. To do that, click this adjustment panel. Then here I can play with many options like brightness and contrast, levels, curves, so on. So in order to change the color, I must choose hue saturation option, this one. Okay, then from this preset I can play with different color ranges, right? And instead of using that preset, if I use hue slider, I can change the color tone, as well as from the saturation slider I can increase or decrease the intensity level of the color. Okay, and from this slider I can control the lightness level of the color. And if I click this eye icon, I can turn off the visibility of the adjustment and compare it with the previous position. Or if I tap and hold this icon, I can even compare the adjustment with the previous color. Okay, and if I click this option, I can reset the setting, or if I want to delete the adjustment, I can click delete icon. So guys, you can try with them. Okay, right, so let me keep these settings and close the panel. Now I have changed the color, and now if I open the layer panel, I can see there is another layer displayed for this adjustment layer above the image layer. So keep in mind, if you apply any adjustment to your image using the adjustment panel, that adjustment will be added in the layer panel, and it's indicating what adjustment you have done for the image. So in here it says hue saturations. Let's say if I want to readjust the color, then I can double click this adjustment thumbnail to open the settings panel, and I can do further changes from here. Right, okay. As well as I can turn off the visibility from here if I want. And also if I double click on the names, I can change the name if I want. Right. So guys, I will discuss more options in this layer panel while working on some more projects. Right. Okay. Now let's add this image as a background in here. So with the rectangle marquee tool, let's draw a selection to cover the entire image like this. Then tap Ctrl C and go to the next image and tap Ctrl V to copy it. Right. Then I can tap Ctrl T and customize the size with hold the Alt key. So you have to customize the size until it's cover the entire canvas like this. Then apply the settings from here, so you can enter key. Then if I open the layer panel, there is another layer added here for this image. So I can double click and rename it background, and then let's drag the background layer and set it behind the minion layer. Okay, now let me show you benefit of saving selections. Can you remember that I saved a selection using a save selection option in select menu? Now I am going to show you another way to change the color. So again, imagine that I want to change the skin color tone of this minion to something darker green color. So before that, let's select the minion layer from the layer panel, and guys, I don't want to make a selection with the magic wand tool again to select green color pixels to change the color. Instead of that, I can allow the selection which I have saved previously. So choose select load selection. Then from this channel menu, this is what the name I saved, so pick it and click OK. Then again from the adjustment panel, instead of using hue saturation option, I'm gonna use color balance option. Now from this list, if I choose highlight option, I can balance the highlight values of the color pixels. Okay, so let me customize them. Right. And if I pick a mid-tone option, then I can customize the mid-tone values in gray color pixels, which is mixed with this green color tone. Right, so let me adjust them as well. Okay, so it seems fine for me, and also I can adjust the shadow values of a color tone if I pick shadow from here. There we go. So let me close these panels, and now if I open the layer panel, I can see another layer for color balance. So if I off the visibility of that, this is what the previous color tone. Right. Okay, let me on it. Now guys, focus this carefully. Now this minion color is green. If I select the minion layer and reduce the size, it seems a green color is vanished from the minion. So it's now in original color, because that green color is functioning as a separate layer in these adjustment layers. Therefore, if I want to maintain the green color while I scale in the minion layer, then I must link the adjustment layers with this minion layer before I customize it. Okay, so let me tap Ctrl Z to undo the actions, and now with the hold shift key, select these layers, then click this link icon. Now I can either select adjustment layer or minion layer, and then tap Ctrl T and customize the size. Okay, and then I can position the minion to balance it with the background image. There we go. Let's say if I want to unlink these layers, then select them with hold the shift key again and click this link button again. Now they are unlinked. So guys, always better to link the adjustment layer with the layer you adjusted, right? Okay, so in this lecture you got some basic idea how layer panel is working, how to create and manage adjustment layers, right? And how to work with move tool, rectangle marquee tool and magic wand tool, and how to save and load selections. So let's move to my next lecture to learn some more selection methods. Thank you.